The ladies were asked to name 3 countries. Wait for it.
Ask the ladies to name 3 countries. Also free Top G. All right, we'll start here. Name 3 countries.
Italy, Germany, Russia.
All right.
Cool.
What about you?
Japan, Korea, New Zealand.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Spain, Netherlands, and Argentina.
India, Pakistan, Iran, Afghanistan.
Switzerland, Austria, and Luxembourg.
Brazil, Costa Rica, Colombia.
Oh shit.
Ukraine, Canada, Africa.
Damn, someone has to fuck
so
up.
close! You are so freaking close!
Imagine traveling 10 times a year and having to think before naming 3 countries. I was impressed with Luxembourg, and then it all went to shit. Matan enters the chat. Now name 10 books. These women seen how the other hoes got demolished after not knowing basic stuff, so they came prepared. I'm actually done. The last clip is interesting. Men don't ask for college-educated women, but a bare minimum of cultural level is required. A hot body might be enough to land a man, but retaining him is a whole nother story. But what happens when looks start to fade? Does a woman like that think she still deserves a high-value man? Check this out.
All right, what about you? You deserve a high-value man, yes or no, or why?
Of course. Because I show up in a way and I do the work that I need to do that supposedly high value man, which I don't even know what that means because I don't know who's judging a high value man. Is it women judging it or men?
All right, well, what makes the guy high value is that he's respected by society. He does something that's respectable, earns a good amount of money. Women want to be him and men want to be him.
So basically, the marketplace will decide, men and women.
Yeah.
So men and women.
Because unlike women, men don't arbitrarily dictate their own value.
I'm a 10.
Women go ahead and say, I'm perfect, I'm a 10, I'm whatever, I should be accepted however I come, I'm a queen. That's retarded talk. Men dictate your value, and then a man's value is dictated by society. So in other words, I go out into the world, I create resources, I create value for people, I get money in exchange, I get status, the society respects me, boom, I elevate my status. A woman, you can go out and do the same exact thing as me, but no one gives a fuck about a chick with money. Guys only care about beauty and youth. That's what men care about. So a woman that's high value is a woman that can capture a man that's high value and take his last name. Because unfortunately for females, no one cares about your status, your money, or your ability to create resources. But for a man, it does.
So every woman here deserves a high value man. Because you said that they don't have to do anything but be pretty and be youthful.
But you got to be able to lock him in. Most girls can't do that.
Getting and doing the job are 2 different things. As we said, getting a man is very easy for a woman. Some makeup, some clothing, and, if at all, a good physique. But if the girl happens to be bad-spoken, impolite, disrespectful, and everything but feminine and agreeable, she'll be kicked to the curb.
So what is the requirements?
I mean,
get that guy to take you seriously and keep him, and you're his girl. That's how you become a high-value woman. Land yourself a high-value man and keep him. Most girls can't keep a guy.
It's not easy though.
Well, I've had high value men, so.
But you can't keep them. So
where are they now?
I left.
No. Oh, even better.
They're
Even
low
better.
value.
No.
yeah, like it's high value if you can keep him. This is the thing, ladies. Can you keep a man?
Yes, sometimes they're assholes and you don't want to.
Hey man, what was he being an asshole about?
Well, no, one of them became out. He started drinking more, and I was
Because of you.
Probably, yeah.
Because of you.
Have you ever thought about maybe why he drank?
Yeah, why?
He used to drink before we met. It just got
More.
Yeah, because you.
Maddie's getting me mad.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Talking with you that during this podcast has been extremely uncomfortable. I can only imagine being with you in a relationship and coming home to you every single day and having discussions, etc. Like, bro, I might want to drink.
I don't do these discussions. I'm just doing it with you because we're on a podcast.
Bro.
And
at some point comes out.
No.
Look, man. I've dated so many successful women. You can't turn it off. That's a lie. Lawyers, doctors, women that are special agents, whatever the fuck it may be, law enforcement. Successful women love to tell you that they're successful. They like to be non-agreeable. They like to go ahead and challenge your authority all the time, which is cool. I got to put them in their place, but that shit gets annoying after a while, having to constantly check my girl. Gets very annoying.
No, I don't feel like I ever had to be checked. We actually had all of our relationships were good. It was just we had different viewpoints.
7 years later.
You're a fairly masculine woman. You need to be checked.
Nobody ever checked me.
Hence
That's
why
the
we
point.
are where we are right now.
We're on a podcast with debates.
No. What I'm saying is that the reason why you haven't had a guy long term or got married or whatever is because you have to be checked. You don't even see what I'm trying to explain here.
Facts.
Masculine women are not ideal wife candidates because the constant need to always check them, the constant need to always be in your super strong masculine frame, like it's very burdensome for a man to always have to fight with this girl and get her in line. Like that's
We
annoying.
never fought.
No, battled. Yes, you have.
No, only if they weren't in line with the same principles. I choose a certain type of man who is in line with me, so I never have to argue with him about anything because he believes the same way I believe.
You just said you battle with your man, didn't you?
No, I was trying to rush his success. It wasn't a battle.
So
We didn't battle.
So you run off false principles, you have false ideals, and you want your man to align with those? That's crazy.
He was, but he just was not where he wanted to be in that. And
No.
I understand that.
It's not where you wanted him to
Over
be.
your head.
If it's not the man's fault, the relationship simply ended because her partner and her were not on the same page anymore. Holding herself accountable? Never. Let's check some comments. It's troubling that women always try to manipulate conversation/words to fit them, so they look good, virtuous, magnanimous, and always in the right, when just basic intelligence and logic dictates that they cannot always be those things, instead of them actually being honest for a change and just taking the L, like men constantly do when we are wrong. She said no to everything, but she feels she is agreeable. I don't fight with my man if he has the same principles as me. She just said her man drank, and then drank even more when she was with him, so her principles is a guy who drinks? I left my last guy a month ago because I don't want to be selfish so he can build himself up. What? Leaving him is being selfish. Instead of helping him build himself up, you left? That is the definition of selfish in a relationship. So what will you do? Sleep with tons of other guys, and then in a few years of him building himself into a millionaire, then you will go back to him when he is at the finish line. Women's true nature at its best. Sit at the finish line and pick the winners. And to wrap up this video, since we're talking about relationships, this man had it pretty damn bad. Spoiler, women couldn't care less about the husband. They only care about themselves and maybe, just maybe, about their kids. Check this out.
How was the marriage? Were you guys, would you say she was like a submissive wife?
No, not at all. Not at all. No. This is not why I chose a Polish woman. She seemed exotic to me. She made much of her noble ancestry. There was a certain... She was interesting, okay, and not for the reasons many might think. But she was difficult, she was stubborn, and there was no... I think a lot is made of coercive control right these days, and I think she has since claimed there was a high degree of coercive control, whatever that looks like, and there was not. Okay, this was a normal relationship where husband and wife, in the early days, basically got on well. She gave birth. She was a fantastic mother. Okay, a great mother. As time went on, perhaps, and pretty soon after she gave birth, really, I would say that our relationship cooled quite badly. And
this was about how long after birth that things switched?
Pretty much immediately.
Right after the kid? Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'm not naive. I understand a woman giving birth causes a great deal of change in a woman, and you would expect this. You'd expect her attention to be fixed on a child, as it was. Quite right too. But not at the antipathy of myself, not at the clear, blind hatred of myself. All kind of intimacy stopped. We would intimate moments twice a year, at the very most.
You would have sex twice a year?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. So she had the kid and then the sex stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Women are not out there to please a man, but to please themselves. They have a baby, and suddenly the husband/baby daddy is the family's ATM. But he gets no pussy in return. A pretty bad deal if you ask me.
And how long did you go on like that?
For 6 years.
Wow. So you had sex with your wife twice a year for 6 years?
Yes.
Did you ever step out? Did you ever cheat?
Not until the end, I suppose. And even then, I didn't actually cheat. I was... Eventually, I suppose...
I mean, that's essentially... I think that's like starving a guy.
Yeah. I mean, it is, isn't it? And any kind of normal relationship between man and wife requires intimacy. Whatever that looks like, okay? Sexual, whatever. Emotional.
Yeah.
But there was none. And for a normal red-blooded male like myself, it was a source of frustration. Okay, I don't, you can't hide that fact at all.
Yeah, twice a year? Like, that's mad.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't have to,
still
it's
recovering from it. Sure.
Yeah, because essentially she gets what she wants, which is like a child. She gets the security, but men need sex.
Yeah, of course.
And so you're essentially starving a guy. So like, what is he supposed to do?
Some may say women need sex as well, but I didn't see it.
Was she cheating at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, because my head is like, if she's not sleeping with you, who's she sleeping with?
Right. Okay.
Sorry, this is just how I think. But.
No. I think that would be. No, I don't think she did, but it wouldn't surprise me if she did. Mm-hmm. In the end, I was caught, I suppose you could say. A woman I'd met through work had texted me a few times. Mm-hmm. I texted back. And just the attention of a woman, a woman had noticed me and had found me attractive and she wanted to flirt with me. Yeah, I flirted back, sure I did. Mm-hmm. I didn't actually meet this woman any further. Mm-hmm. I had no intention. I was stuck in a sexless, loveless relationship. But my son, my son was everything to me. He's still everything to me to this day.
Why don't men want to marry? Because of situations like this. Sitting on a sexless marriage is a source of frustration and destruction. Let's check some comments. Dude is a shell of who he once was. How do I know? Because I am too. These type of women will literally destroy you in every way possible. I'm 33 and haven't had sex in nearly 5 years. I miss the sex, but the headaches of conversations, baggage, and having to date aren't worth that 10-minute ride. Hitting 30 has opened my life and showed me how useless and redundant being with a woman is. That makes my eyes water as a man. That is mental and physical cruelty by a woman, and they whinge when a man deprives them of money, flowers, anniversaries, clothes, etc. No wonder men are done, and no coming back from it now. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.